This painting is called Market Charm. I began it with acrylic blocking on this painting. In the blockings or any other method of beginning a painting is usually for the purpose of covering all that white canvas. White is harsh. We're trying to adapt your shades to the painting. So you initially come up with your shade as close as you can, and you get the painting covered, and then when you go back to cover that in the oils, you're fine-tuning all the shades if they're off. There's many ways of beginning a painting. You could just coat the whole canvas in a neutral gray gesso. There's other colors painters like to use. You could use a imprimatura burnt sienna wash. A lot of artists use different washes based on what the final product of the painting is going to be. With an imprimatura, the burnt sienna typically used for most landscapes is because the earthy orange, reddish tone of a burnt sienna is the complementary color to green and blue. Orange and red. Red is the complementary color of green. Orange is the complementary color of blue. So that your final product when you paint, oils are fairly translucent. Some of that background color is going to pop through here and there, and the human eye just perceives it as more intense. So anyway, here I'm starting to do the oil basis. Now here I initially did the clapboard lines in the horizontal position. It just never works out, so what I did was I repainted the turquoise over the initial clapboards. I flipped the painting on its side, and so I'm doing vertical lines. Gravity takes care of the model stick, and it's just easier to create nice, clean, crisp lines. If you do it in the horizontal position, you gotta hold that model stick in place. It can slip. It's a little harder to draw a nice steady line with a paintbrush, at least for me. It may not be for you, but if you have that problem, just flip the paint on its side. It's kind of a pain, but you get a better result. That's the thing with buildings. For me, to get them looking real, I have to have the clean, crisp lines that you see in an actual building in the painting. This painting had a lot of detail. It's a typical country store. You know, as much as you can get on that front porch, that's what you do. They have a propane tank cage there, ice machine. There's a couple crates of fresh produce right by the entrance. The actual store from the outside is dark, so you only see hints of light and little nondescript signs and everything. But that's all in there. The two flags, of course, eventually end up painted. The background fall trees were blocked in, and where it was mostly sky, I left it sky initially on the block in, and then you start painting in the details once you switch to the oils. And you'll see me come back at some point with a little bit of sky color now. Even dip in, put a few bits of sky here and there into those very solid parts of the tree. Usually you have sky showing through a tree unless you're, I don't know, in a forest. And here you see me finishing off the flags. Also the car there has a lot of reflection. I mean, that's how you really paint a good looking car is. Don't worry about the shade. You put the color of the car where it is, usually the bottom half of the body. The upper part's usually reflecting a lot of sunlight, in which case this was. And you also see me put a pickup truck behind that car later. The original photograph had dumpsters behind that car, blocking that white red building. And I didn't care for that, so I replaced it with a pickup truck. Even though I'm going for realism, the painting itself, if there's objects in there you don't like, take them out, put something else in there. The realism itself, that's based on the amount of detail that you put into the painting. That front porch roof there had shingles, and I replicated a type of pattern that would indicate to your eye that there are shingles there. I think a lot of painting is illusion. You put in details best you can. The closer you come to the realistic look, the less the human brain has to fill in. But your brain will fill in what it thinks it's seeing. So that's a part of being an artist. And here I'm almost at the end. I'm putting the final touches in the name of the store, which happens to be Williamsburg Market in Williamsburg, Massachusetts. This painting's finished, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.